Recognized as the most haunted place in the country, Bhangarh Fort is located in the Alwar district of Rajasthan. Right on the edge of the Sariska Tiger Reserve where it is located, the village around it is hardly far away. The most interesting facts about Bhangarh Fort are the mythological and paranormal stories associated with this fort that may have escaped the attention of some people, or some people may have fabricated them. However, due to the hearsay stories, the path to Bhangarh Fort is scary. There were once beautiful havelis all around the path to Bhangarh Fort which are now in ruins. Ajabgarh Fort also falls on the way to Bhangarh Fort, where there is nothing much to see except the walls. Ajab Singh, the grandson of Madho Singh, took over the power after Madho Singh's son Chattar Singh and built the Ajabgarh Fort. Fort dates back to the reign of King Akbar in the 17th century. It is believed to have been built by Man Singh I, one of the courtiers called Navratnas of Akbar's palace, for his brother Madho Singh I in 1793 AD. The ruins of the palace are located at the foot of sloping terrains with a pond surrounded by trees, and a natural stream of water falls into the pond in the fort premises. The Archaeological Survey of India, the body that is responsible for preserving the historical monuments of India, has put up an ASI-marked board at the beginning of the fort stating that entry to Bhangarh Fort is prohibited before sunrise and after sunset, which is usually put up in haunted places of India. The stories behind the horrors of Bhangarh Fort go in two different directions with the narration of two different stories. One narrates in detail about the curse of the wrath of a holy sadhu, priest, which resulted in the disappearance of the fort and the dynasty along with the villagers, and the other one about a tantric, person practicing black magic, who was well versed in tantra mantra and black magic, ruined the fort and brought destruction to it. These stories have many tracks which keep changing the facts and myths from one person to another, but the most believed stories can be stated as follows. On the hills in the area where the Bhangarh Fort was to be built lived a sadhu named Guru Balu Nath. Consulting the holy sadhu about the construction, Raja Bhagwant Singh, father of Madho Singh and Maan Singh, agreed to the condition laid by Sadhu Balu Nath and ordered the foundation of the fort to be laid. The condition was that the shadow of the palace should not fall on the house of Sadhu Balu Nath. If it did, then the fort would break into pieces. The Bhangarh Fort was built to a certain extent as per the condition laid down by the sadhu, but eventually the king started ignoring the sadhu's words, and the fort kept expanding to such an extent that the shadow reached the sadhu's house. That's when Sadhu Balu Nath cursed the destruction of the kingdom, so it was destroyed, and eventually the surrounding village was slowly abandoned. It was rumored that after the fall of the fort there were attempts of reconstruction, but the roofs always collapsed and no further houses were built. According to some legends, the curse of a tantric is responsible for the deterioration of the Bhangarh Fort. Princess Ratnavati was the daughter of Chattar Singh, who was called the Jewel of Rajasthan. Lovers from all over the country wanted to marry her, and then a tantric well-versed in black magic fell in love with the princess at first sight. But he was sure that it would be impossible to get her. So the tantric planned to use black magic to subjugate her. As soon as he recognized the princess's attraction towards perfume from the market, he cast a spell on the perfume he bought for the princess to get her love. Eventually, the princess realized his intentions and broke the bottle, which turned into a rock, and the tantric died under it. Before taking his last breath, the tantric cursed the kingdom, the villagers, and the princess with death. In the days that followed, the kingdom was invaded by the Mughal emperors and fell as bait, where, as folklore tells, all the people of the fort as well as the princess perished. It is believed that the ghost of the tantric still haunts the fort, and it is believed that when the princess is reborn in the palace, the ghost of the tantric will vanish. There are many supposed stories about the incidents that happen in and around Bhangarh Fort during the dark hours. According to some locals, many young groups of students went to the fort to explore the place after sunset after bribing the security, despite prior warnings, but never returned. Also, reportedly, those who have come back died in some disaster before sunrise. Also, people have heard women screaming, heard music from the rooms, or witnessed paranormal activities around. These may be rumors or happenings, but no one has been able to prove it or reach any conclusion yet. However, ASI prohibits going inside before 6 a.m. or after 6 p.m. The incidents or things said do not deter tourists or brave souls from going there, as the daytime is the safest to spend an eventful and exciting day. The stories create hype about the area with tourists and residents, especially during the non-summer season. An adventure trip to Bhangarh Fort is worth experiencing with friends, especially keeping the limitations in mind. Since India is a mythological country, every historical place here is worth seeing.